moment, like the clock is broken, never stopping, never slowing. Yeah, we're living wide open, unwinding every moment, like the clock is broken, never stopping, never slowing. Yeah, we're living wide open. We know we are brighter than all the stars.
Thank you very much, Larry. While the skies may be ominous, there's never a bad day for football. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cleveland Browns. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Dancing to his left. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there'll be design runs as well as his scrambles.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. Here's a play fake as they set up the throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now a play fake here on first down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And some room to maneuver. And avoids the contact by sliding.
Holding offense.
So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
They'll drop the throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. And a good sign for them right now to have their young quarterback looking confident on the opening drive.
Now, we haven't met a young quarterback, a veteran quarterback. It doesn't matter. We haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't tell us he's confident about his abilities, right?
That's true.
But when you're young, it's really important to get off to a good start because it does build up that confidence. It allows him to play better as the game goes on.
Especially crucial here on the road.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They'll look to throw here. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. The 15 yards there on the catch and run. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
He'll look to throw. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
Room here to run. He's at the 50. A big hitter there from deep in their own territory. 61 yards on the ground. What a big run there to get out from the shadow of their own end zone. The defense is probably thinking, hey, let's pin them deep. Not the case.
You're exactly right. When I played, we used to have a defensive coordinator in these situations who would call the defense and tag onto it, get a safety, push them back. And sometimes you overcommit on defense, and it worked against them in this play. Offense worked it out very, very well.
4-6 defense, they were daring him to run the football. They ran it. A little football 101. Take us through what the 4-6 defense is, Charles.
So what you're trying to do with your big defensive front is cover the interior offensive lineman, the center, and the 2 guards, and make it difficult if you even want to think about running the ball inside. If you can control them, that allows the linebackers and the safeties to run free and get to the ball carriers. And that play worked really well. No gain. That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Had a long way to go. They started that drive at their own 3, and they scored 3 from it.
What an excellent job by...
Now a hit and a loose football. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Following the fumble recovery, Newton. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2, but they face a second and long to start things out. They'll come out in the pistol. On second down, here's Newton. Finding time. Under pressure, they got him again. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. Second down, sacked by the defense. What type of pressure will they bring here on third? We'll see. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to fourth down.
Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a little daylight. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll bring up a second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he slides to avoid the hit. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a first and goal. Now a play fake here on first down. That's caught at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be second and goal. Back to throw here. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Their dangerous wide receiver. His second touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Browns getting set to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now with a gain this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Off play action. Newton. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Throwing on third down, Newton. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And the athleticism on this spin move allows him to pick up the first before he's brought down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
To throw on second down is Newton. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on third down. From the gun on third down, Newton. He's got time in the pocket. And Jeffrey's got it. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. And Jeffrey may be in some pain. It appears so. He's still down. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. A handoff as they run the counter play. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. More from Cleveland after this. On second down, here's Newton. Over the middle, it's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And the 8th play on this drive coming up.
I don't know whether I want to be a fly on the wall or not when they hear the explanation of how he, one of the bigger targets on the field, the tight end can be that wide open and uncovered downfield.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Newton now on second down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. And this seemingly endless drive continues. Third and 2, Newton. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Out of the gun, Newton. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Again, Newton. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And once again, the Browns are back in front.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
And now we get a look at the captain of this offense heading back out there now. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. A gain of 6 there on first.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Here we go. Blue landed. Blue landed. Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hurry up. Here we go. 3-19.
They'll look to throw here. And some space here. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And the offense moving quickly to the line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It's a pickup of 21. And it's good enough for a Jacksonville first. And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And it's 3rd down.
Oh, he caught it. Just couldn't get the feet down. Couldn't get that toe tap sequence, right? I was ready to call him tippy-toe. If that one was completed.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. And that 3-point tally now means we are even here toward the end of the 2nd quarter.
And what a way to end the half. Put some points on the board, feel better about yourselves as a team, and you're right back to even.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And we will likely not see another play here as they take the knee and head into the intermission all tied. Okay, so Larry apparently giving us the silent treatment all of a sudden, and we're going to skip ahead to quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw. And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Their big-bodied receiver, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Browns have moved out in front. Good pass, clean catch, and a house call there on the fly route.
And not that much room to operate. So that tells you about his acceleration. We always talk about being able to go from 0 to 60 real fast. Took him less time than that to get to top speed and complete that play.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Going to throw right side here, complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
A bullet throw, but incomplete. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
15 yards through the air and a first down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves down.
This is intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football. And at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
And he will find his man on the outside. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Well, it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility? When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Their big tight end, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
It used to be that if you were a big wide receiver and the coaches wanted to make you a tight end, you resisted the move. Now it's almost a glamour position because they have the mismatch advantage. Are you going to cover them with a linebacker? They're probably faster. A defensive back? They're going to be bigger. Tight end is the new big-time position.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And now out come the Jags. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better. While we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore, I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
A very solid gain of 27. And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped 100 with that last catch. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing. But I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
No gain on the play there. It'll be second down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
To throw on second down is Newton. Going right side here, and that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket. We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on, you heave one deep when you catch them close to the spot.
Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, look credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. They'll give it to him right up the gut. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
On second down, here's Newton. To the sideline, and a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
If you're running out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. 23 yards on the play.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And now a first down following that long gain. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. He'll drop to throw, flush to his right. And he's got his man in stride, complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Brandon, I love how in the game of football, everything that we call new, if we research it, we find out it's old. Mobile quarterbacks have been around forever. Those who can extend a play and find open receivers downfield, those guys never get old.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though. Huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. They'll drop to throw. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. A gain of 6 there on first.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum right there.
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Now let's go. 3-19.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Their big tight end. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars get a score closer. Quarterback loves the receivers, but sometimes his best friend is that tight end.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, isn't it? Because we always talk about the guys out wide and how acrobatic they are. But that tight end, great sight lines, easier throws, they become a bigger and bigger weapon as the NFL evolves.
And the Browns are able to cover this one up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. And the Jags, Charles, I think they're in the dime here.
Covering a lot of field.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. They come up in an offset eye. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And Cooks has it over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Holding offense.
So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. So now a 1st and 20. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Throws right side, and that's complete. 19 yards to pick up there. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Here we go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Steps away to... And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Dante Hightower in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. And there they bring pressure from the inside, and they get home.
Yeah, hard to block everyone, isn't it? And on this play, someone did not get blocked. He's the one who got home.
And incomplete here on 3rd down.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Here we go now.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. And now they're in the hurry-up. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it's a 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete. Seventh play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll look to throw again. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped, altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now 4th down.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now because a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
Here we go.
Back to throw again. Flushed out right. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
And this one going to wrap up with Cam Newton going down to a knee. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to...
Now I've been in New York, Texas, Midwest, and it all reminds me of California, cause there's no place like California. California, A-A-T-L-M-I-A-D-M-V, all reminds me of California, cause there's no place like California. California,
New York, Texas, Midwest, and it all reminds me of California. No place like California.
Got some out in Dallas, now I'm smelling like LA. Met a from Miami to the Machiavelli. Left the kids on the belly, left the vid on my celly. She ate like spaghetti, I'm hitting gas and Drake. Met some killers in Memphis, like they from Oakland. Give me my flowers while I can smell them. Ain't talking about roses, literally I'm lean. Mix it like a bought it in that.